This is so awesome too because I love this guy. I love everything about him. He's a fellow East Coast New Yorker guy, and he is one of my favorite all-time drummers. I'm talking about the great VINNY APPICE, everybody. And one thing we should straighten out right now, here and now, because as a radio guy, I got to say their names, I am sick of this shit with APPICE and APPICE. Can we settle this once and for all, and between the two of them that are here in this building tonight, duke it out and decide what we're going with the rest of the way? Because we've been dealing with that for decades now, and I say enough of it. Figure it out once and for all. But anyway, you know, so many times, on that metal show, we used to do these things where we do these crazy debates, right? Where we have arguments at the end of the show and we pit people against each other. And one time the producer came to me, because they love to put me in awkward positions, of course, and they go, "We're gonna do a throwdown at the end of the show. Here's the idea." All right, what is it now? Which brother is better, Carmine or Vinny? I'm like, both of those guys are friends of mine. I can't do that. You gotta do it. I was like, oh my God. And I don't remember what we did or how we backed out of that one or how we tactfully dealt with that on the air. But it was a brutal, brutal question because we all know that they are both unbelievable kick-ass drummers. And great people as well. And what's amazing about Vinny and Carmine, for that matter, is we all know that playing drums, it's a physical thing, right? I mean, you gotta hit and you gotta move, and we all have seen some of our favorite bands who, let's be honest, over the years, because drumming is physical, sometimes they lose a little bit, right? They can't hit like they once did. They don't work like they once did on stage. It is remarkable when you go to watch Vinny play, because he still is a monster how he hits and plays. And I will never forget when I first heard Holy Diver, and everything about Holy Diver was amazing. The songs, the vocals, the guitar playing, the bass playing, and the drumming. Like, you listen to the drums on those songs now and it's like, what the hell? It's so badass. The fills, you can't help but to play air drums during those records. And Vinny was playing I think a year ago actually, at a festival I host every year called Rocklahoma. And he was playing with Last in Line, and I'm standing on the side of the stage over by the monitor board, and I'm just watching him play, and I'm sitting there at 51 years old like a geek playing every air drum fill, while about 10 feet away from me, the guy who actually played the drums is actually playing the fills, and he just looks at me and he's laughing and he's going like this. Of course, he knew how to do it right, and I had no idea what I was doing, but I was still that kid in my bedroom playing air drums to all those great songs. And what was even more amazing is Vinny still nailed it and played it as great as you ever remembered it. And it really is incredible. And like I said, I love Vinny because he's so East Coast, so New York. He came on my radio show once, and I know you probably remember this, Vin. And I said, you've been living in LA for a long time. I said, what do you miss the most about the East Coast and New York? And he goes to me, on the air, he goes, "Wise potato chips." I was like, you mean you can't get Wise potato chips in LA? He goes, no. Everywhere I go, I want just a bag of Wise potato chips. There's no Wise potato chips. I go, that's crazy, man. When I come out to LA next time, I'll bring you some, right? So I forget who you were on tour with, and Vinny texts me like a week later. He goes, every place I go on this tour, fans are coming up to me with bags of Wise potato chips. So if you see Vinny, to congratulate him, maybe you give him a bag of Wise potato chips. Great person, amazing drummer. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hall of Heavy Metal History, VINNY APPICE.